everyone, a warm welcome to my YouTube channel Living with Spice. I'm Rebecca Gabriel. I'm going to be doing a card reading for Libra, and this is for the 10th through to the 16th of August. I hope you are keeping well. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, a very warm welcome to you. You probably know that these are general readings, so they're not going to fit with everybody's circumstances, so just take what fits your situation and leave what doesn't. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below, so you can contact me there. There's also information about the cards that I regularly use and the book that I've recently published, The Power of Soul Loving, so you can find out more information there. All right, let's get into your reading, Libra, for the 10th through to the 16th of August. So Libra, we're going to do your reading for the 10th through to the 16th of August. I just saw a card all the way up there. It'll come back. So Spirit, what have you got for us for Libra, 10th through the 16th of August? Thank you. So I don't do reversals, I just read the cards intuitively, just letting you know. Okie dokie. We have, there's movement happening here for you, Libra. We're starting out with the Temperance card, which is about you trying to maintain some balance or restore balance, having some patience with the process of things moving in your life at the moment, having to weigh up things right now. I'm dealing with some opposites, some opposite energies, but certainly mindful that you're needing to create some balance, some win-win, and to be patient with this process. You want to come from a reasonable, fair point of view, and I feel that's the energy that you have. Now, it may be, depending on what's going on in your life at the moment, that you are trying to create balance and moderation for yourself and your own well-being, and that you're realizing that you need to take some steps to do this. Yeah, this is in the forefront of your mind at the moment. We've got the Seven of Swords card here, which kind of lets us know that there's some interesting situations developing in terms of communications and you having to sort through things at the minute. The Seven of Swords is not always a trustworthy energy. It's about you or someone else picking up the pieces of information and taking what it is that's yours and protecting what's yours and leaving behind some things. The energy is, it usually comes with some challenges, some difficulties, not always a lot of clarity, sometimes deceptive energy around this card. Maybe you are trying to sort through the pieces of information, that you're trying to gain some clarity around some issues that are bothering you at the moment. I feel that that's more what it is. And this is part of the reason why you're very focused on needing to create some balance in your life, because the energies are topsy-turvy right now. And you're really very much wanting to create some stability to get back to a place of normality. So you go within. The Hermit card is you going within. You're retreating a little bit to try and get some insight into the situation, to try and figure some things out, to clarify for yourself, get some, to seek some higher ground, some wisdom from above, and to think this through in a way that's going to benefit you. We have the Knight of Cups here, which is energy that's sort of kind of, well, that's interesting. I've got the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords appearing here, and it almost looks like they're at battle. They're just there. I'll show you. They're facing each other, and the Knight is pretty fast and furious energy. And both these Knights have that sort of energy. They're facing each other. It almost looks like they're going to battle. So one person here is coming from a point of let me give you this, let me show you an opportunity. You know, the Knight of Cups is rushing in to say, this is what I have to offer. The Knight of Swords is coming in to say, yes, but I have an opinion around this, or I have some information about this. Oh, it's a little bit, I'm not sure about this. Okay, let's see. We'll keep going. Thank you, Spirit. How else is this unfolding? Oh, okay. So, as a result of this, two very different energies kind of it feels like these two energies are kind of clashing, because they're coming from very different angle, very different perspectives, different approach, and that creates some heartache, it creates some pain, and yeah, so things aren't going great here as a result. So there's definitely a clash, and so, you know, as a result, Libra, you're feeling somewhat wounded that the offer that you've presented there was a confrontation to that. It doesn't feel like it was received, and you're feeling worse for the wear as a result. So things didn't quite go to plan, and I think you kind of was sensing that around here when you were trying to pick through the pieces of information that you had available to you, but it just wasn't clear, and you could sense that something wasn't quite right in terms of you didn't have the whole picture, you didn't have all of the information, which is why you were going within to try and figure things out. And then you sort of came up with this offer, but it just wasn't well received. The energies just clashed, and it kind of was, yeah, it didn't go terribly well. However, when we look at the bigger picture, Libra, what it did do is shift the energy, and it kind of set you free, because the sun energy comes where there's some illumination around the situation. So maybe this confrontation was needed, and the shock of that kind of not working and the pain that came from that has enabled you to sort of sit back and have some very good illumination around the situation. So what wasn't clear to you is now clear, and the subject has literally been laid on the table. It was forced to be laid on the table, and now you see, now you have the information, now you see everything. And as a result, there's a lot of activity and conversation around that now. So you get quite busy, and you're doing a lot of things now as a result of that. You're picking up the pace and taking some action now. And so you're putting a step forward tentatively, and you start to begin again. So the Page of Wands is, so here's you with the Eight of Wands with a lot of action and things that you know that you need to attend to. The Page of Wands is like starting out. Okay, I'm going to take one of these action steps at a time, and I'm going to address that one at a time. And I feel that works for you. That method works for you. We've got the fruit on the tree that lets us know that that's a good method for you to tackle this situation. And as a result, you know, it works in your favor. So the Nine of Cups means that applying that approach to your situation works well for you. You get the outcome that's going to best serve you in the end, and you get to sort of celebrate. You feel a sense of relief that okay, you now understand the bigger picture, and now you're taking the action steps, and you start out one step at a time, and you know that eventually leads to you getting everything sorted in a way that makes you happy. And so we have, you know, an increase in that happiness, the Ten of Cups, where now you are feeling free, connected, ticking the boxes of what it is that you want, and you're really happy with this situation. So you're tapping into your intuition and you're running with that. You're trusting your intuition around the situation, Libra. At the same time, you're also in the illumination of all of this situation. You're realizing the importance of taking care of what belongs to you in your life, your money, your finances, your business, the things that you have worked hard for. You are protecting these. You're keeping them close to your chest, and that's a good thing. So in many ways, there's an aspect of your life that seems to just improve. We have the Two of Cups, which lets us know that you are rebuilding your sense of fulfillment and what you're passionate about in life. And you have a connection in it. It could be a connection with a certain person, or it could be and that you are developing a connection with a new person, or it could be that you are reconnecting with who you are and your passion and your purpose. So that's the Two of Cups energy. And you're just getting into a space where you feel really, really in the zone. Things are coming together. So you've got the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, which means that you're on a good thing. You have ticked some boxes and you realize what it is that's important to you in your life, the things that you value the most, and improving the quality of your life. So it would seem to me what started out as being a bit of a challenge, and that there is sort of like a confrontation and some pain around that, it was like a necessary process in order for you to see what you needed to see the truth of everything, and to have things illuminated for you, so that you then, were able to understand what steps you needed to take to move forward, and that worked for you. All right, thank you, Libra. Spirit, what else do we have for Libra as this story unfolds? Thank you, Spirit. Sometimes we need to have those confrontations and those clashes in order to be able to understand situations. Yes, you're certainly getting clarity now that you didn't have before. Okay, so for you, Libra, we have the Ace of Swords, which means, yes, you're getting clarity around a situation. That the Sun energy, the Sun card, does illuminate the situation for you, and you're tapping into your self-awareness. You're taking an objective approach to the situation, and you're strategizing your next moves. So you're in tune. You're seeing the whole thing play out before you, and you're working out, well, if I do this and then I do that, then that's going to equal that. And so this is helping you in terms of the steps you need to take. When it comes to realizing you've got a lot to do, these are the wands. You use this approach of being analytical, methodical, and you're getting clarity around how you're going to approach this situation. It seems to serve you well. So the Six of Pentacles means that you start to rebuild your finances, and you are managing things, you're understanding the ins and outs. Things are increasing for you. You're developing business opportunities, which is starting to give back to you, which is great. So, the steps that you're starting to take, the Page of Wands is now starting to bring the fruits in for you. So that's really good. Now, there's still some lingering energy here left over from this clash up here. We've got the Two of Swords here, which means that there is a moment where you are struggling with what to do next. And I feel that this is that sort of energy up here, that you are still feeling a little bit blindsided by something. And this to me is the energy around here where you feel that there's not a lot of clarity, and you do get a little blindsided by something here, which, is not a great feeling. And certainly the Five of Wands to me is the result of this sort of clash that's happening up here, where there's a lot of conflicting energies. There's no harmony here. There's opposing ideas, opposing actions, and that sort of feels like the clash that happens there. Okay, What else? Thank you, Spirit, for Libra. So again, I remind you that it really is all about the energy, understanding the energy around you and what to do with that. So certainly, Libra, you're desiring stability in your life, and that sort of was coming out to me at the beginning of the reading with the Temperance card, that you're really working hard to create some stability, to bring things back into moderation. You have not been feeling settled for a while. Things have been out of whack, out of balance. But I feel that, as things progress here and things unfold, that this stability is now coming into your life, that you're moving towards this sense of stability in your life and a longer term security. You're starting to feel good again, back in your zone. 9 of Pentacles is letting us know, 9 of Cups is also letting us know that that's the energy that is now returning back into your life, where you're starting to feel, okay, I've got this. Things are not quite as chaotic as they were. You've gone through the process of letting something go that was painful, but now you feel a lot clearer. It's like the clouds have cleared and the sun has come out. You see what you need to see and you go, right, I've got some renewed energy. I know what to do now. I've got things to do, and you get on with it. And as you get on with it, you trust your intuition and you move forward, you're able to bring, happiness and fulfillment back into your life, and at that real sense of, oh, thank goodness, there's stability returning to my life. Okay. So, and this brings you to the point of the Empress card. And I feel like this is almost going beyond the weekly read, is that you, as this unfolds for you, Libra, you are stepping into your Empress energy of really knowing who you are and using your ability to communicate and to create and make things happen and really care about yourself and care about others. You are nurturing yourself and what it is that you want to grow in your life. You're pouring that energy back into you and developing something really beautiful for yourself. So this time round, I feel like the focus and the energy is being turned back towards yourself to go, what is it that I need in order to develop my world and to protect the things that I have grown. These are your pentacles, your assets, the things that you have been building for yourself in your life. You're now realizing, well, it's time to give back to me, to nurture myself, to focus on my path, my energy. And as a result, the pentacles start to come in, the abundance starts to come in, and it reaches a peak of the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, where things are flowing now. So I feel like Spirit is highlighting the path and showing you the path, the progression that can happen here for you. As a result of you getting clarity and committing to yourself and refocusing your energy back onto yourself, back on creating beautiful things in your life and regaining stability in your life, Libra, which you naturally love. You love balance. You love things that are fair and equitable. And I feel that that's when you refocus the attention back on yourself, you regain that sense of balance and order in your life. Well done. And, as part of this process, it's helping you to connect with the divine. You're searching for ideas. You're seeking for greater knowledge, greater wisdom, information. So whether that's within yourself or whether you go looking for that from others or other sources, this has kind of inspired you to dig deeper, to learn more, to grow. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. So that information and that help and that support is available to you, but you've got to ask for it. Yeah, we've got the Temperance card out again, which means, yes, the importance of balance. You really are working to re-establish and restore balance in your life. That's very important for you, for your sense of well-being. Okay, what else? Thank you, Spirit. Last one. Yeah, okay, so you're going within. There have been a number of things along the way where you've had to deal with taking action on a number of things, choosing being discerning around what things you choose to give your energy to and what you don't. So it is important. You can't tackle everything, and nor is it wise to try and do everything. So the initial approach that you have to do one thing at a time serves you well, and this is you just spending some time to think about, well, which wand do I take care of first? And you don't have to take care of everything. It's not everything that comes to you is about what you need to do. It's, we've got to realise there are some things you don't need to pay attention to. All right, so let's see what the Fairy Tarot deck has to offer to expand on this for you, Libra. This is a good reading. It's a good reading. You go into a good place of taking care of your needs, which is important, Libra. Six of Winter. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. You're travelling, relocating. You could be travelling or relocating. It could be that there's, it doesn't have to be a physical relocation or physical travel, although for some of you it might be. It might be part of the process of what you need to do. But it's also moving on from a situation. So the Six of Winter is you leaving behind troubled times and difficulties, which you do, because we have the heartache here and the clash here. But we see you moving on from that, and that's what brings the welcome relief for you. When we hold on to things, that's when we stop our own progress. So I guess that's another important realisation, is that when you realise that, there's an irreconcilable difference, you don't stay in that energy. If the clash is there and it's brought heartache, you've got to spend that time to evaluate why. And I feel like you've been down that path a number of times, that you don't need to dwell on it for too long. You've done your thinking already up here with the Hermit card. So when it finally happens, it's almost like you're not surprised, because the illumination after the heartache comes really fast. And so it's almost like you go, you know what, I see it, it's the last time, I'm moving on, I'm taking action to change things. And you move away from what has been difficult. See the boat? You're moving away from what has been difficult towards better times. And the fact that you're investing in yourself, Libra, enables you to create the stability that you want, and to pour back your love, attention and energy into yourself, which is actually really what you want to do, because what's so important for Libra, for your sense of well-being, is to have balance, to have fairness, to have harmony. Prince of Winter. Right, okay, so this is just when this situation happens here. The Prince of Winter card lets us know that the best way to approach the situation is to seek out an intellectual solution, which you do. The Ace of Swords tells us that you do take a very objective stance to problem solving the situation. You take your emotions out of the situation, and you evaluate and you problem solve logically. So this card is just reaffirming your approach. And it says the need to act quickly and decisively, because changes happen suddenly. And I sense that here too, because going from heartache to the Sun energy, now the Sun energy is very positive, but it's also about illuminating things that have not been clear in the past. And I do sense that this happens really quickly. And so that's why you're in this very speedy motion of the Eight of Wands. So this is just reconfirming that change comes in swiftly, but you're kind of not surprised. I feel that you kind of felt this building up for a while, and I remember from past readings that you've done a lot of the heartache and the disappointments before this time, and now it's sort of like the last straw where you go, nah, that's it, and you make the change. And the change for you, Libra, is for the better for you personally. Yeah, here we go. Balance, again, it's just reconfirming what is best for you. It's the same as the Temperance card, okay? So it's taking everyone's input into consideration, You do like to be fair. That's your natural way of being, Libra. And so Spirit is reconfirming the importance of you taking a balanced approach to the situation, but mostly for your sake as well, because you want to create stability. You don't want to be impulsive. The balanced approach is achievable when you come at it from a logical point of view. And so, you know, rather than being in the depths of your emotions, that's how you handle it this time. And that actually helps you to create progress quickly. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. That's a good heads up. So, you know, you will need to tackle this differently. It's like, you know, sometimes you just had enough, and instead of, you know, deliberating, you go, nah, I've done all of that. I'm ready now to take action. So, how interesting, Libra. Your intention to take action quickly and to go and fill your cup quickly and to seek the guidance and advice and create stability in your life leads to a really positive, loving situation quickly. It's kind of like, you know, spring energy that comes and sweeps in, and everything gets picked up and moved along quickly, and you experience this sort of being swept off your feet kind of energy, and that the change is so quick and things become so light and bright and happy that you go, whoa, what happened there? I wasn't expecting that. So it's like improvement and change, and a fresh wind comes in and just puts you in a place that is so much better, so much faster than what you expect. So it kind of does take your breath away a little bit. So it's important to stay grounded. And so the Princess Summer is like, whoa, what's just happened? And so when that energy comes through and everything starts to change for the better for you, just remember you might need to slow it down a little bit and ground yourself so that you've got time to process all of the good stuff that's happening, basically. That's what I want to say. Yeah, because you end up in a light and airy-fairy kind of mood, but you just want to make sure that your energy doesn't become scattered in the process. Yeah, you got to stay grounded. And if you kind of stay in the Empress energy, the Empress is grounded. She's confident and self-assured. She's not a fairy going off and getting scattered energy. And so is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is running with your intuition and being strategic. Quite strategic, actually. You don't necessarily disclose everything that you're doing. And, you know, I like it when you're in your logic brain, Libra, because you're actually better at creating moderation and harmony when you go into your logic brain to problem solve something on this occasion, because I know that you're an air sign, so it's very easy for you to get swept up with the emotions of something and the fun of something positive happening. But I feel that in this instance we're getting a nice balance of both, to be honest. We've got the action, we've got the logic brain stepping in, the focus on the money and the pentacles, the focus on what's fulfilling you, the focus on creating stability and enjoying the process. So there is a lovely balance here, and I do feel that you're able to find that happy medium in order to go through this shift and this change. Wow, well done you. That's going to require a little bit of skill, but you can do this. You can so do this. So I'd like to see what the overall message is from this Oracle card deck. The Sacred Earth Oracle cards are beautiful. They're relatively new for me, and the illustrations are just stunning. They do offer some beautiful wisdom. Spirit, what do we have for Libra at this time? Thank you. I'm going to take the first one. There's two that came out. So we've got core here. Wow. Really feeling things from the core of your being here. That's amazing illustration. So let's see what's being offered here for you. A choice reveals what is at the heart of an action or situation. The closer you get to the truth, the hotter the reaction. Yeah. Offset external pressures by seeking inner calm. So there is a moment, remember, at the beginning of the reading where there is this clash between the two knights. It's like two heads butting and 2 points of view, two approaches very different, which causes this clash, which is what I'd say are the external pressures. And Spirit's saying you can offset that pressure by going within and seeking inner calm. And you know, at some stage you do, although I still see a lot of activity happening here for you. But I think your drive to restore balance is your way of creating inner calm. And at some stage you do. You take a time out to consider your options and the steps you're going to take. Wealth, relationships, joy, family, independence, status, control. All of these things, there we go, all of these things, right, are happening. So choose wisely. You have your heart to answer to. Yeah. So this is about your journey and what is going to be right for you. And you know that, you recognise that this is about giving back to you. It's the Empress. Shallow compliments or an aversion to meaningful dialogue is a red flag. So if someone in your midst is not being entirely the real deal, which you're kind of sensing you're not getting the whole picture here, and we know this with the lack of clarity and a little bit of deceptive energy here, that when someone is offering that kind of communication to you, that's the red flag that Spirit is saying watch out for. And I feel like we said, you sense that in the beginning of this reading. Shallow compliments and an aversion to meaningful dialogue, deeper dialogue. When someone is not willing to go there, I feel that that's what leads to the clash here. And in order for things to come out in the wash, and I feel eventually you push the point, or the situation just happens, and that's where you end up with the heartache and everything on the table going right. And you deal with it, and it's tough and it's hard, but that's what gives you the clarity, the illumination with the Sun card. So, you know, this reading from the Oracle card is helping to clarify or summarize your reading. The spiritual meaning. The center of existence, the center of the universe, and the center of your being is everywhere. The center has no fixed address. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every starburst, every particle of you is the center. You are the rise and fall of a wave in the cosmic ocean, never to be repeated, unable to be grasped, yet infinite, eternal, and omnipresent. I do feel that this again is accentuating your realization of how important it is that you are the core and the center of your life. That everything that matters to you, your life needs to be about you. Your fulfillment in life and your purpose needs to be about you, not about accommodating somebody else. It's not about having to deal with conflicting or deceptive energy. That's not the real deal. It's about coming back to the core of you. You've got to do that. You've got to make you the center of your world, because this is your life. You're having your soul journey, your soul lessons, and you have your own purposes to fulfill in life, and you recognize that. And when you connect with your heart and the core of your being, Libra, that's where you find peace and harmony. That's where you restore your inner well-being. And I love the fact that you're honouring that in this reading, that you truly see how important you are to you. And I feel that that's the abundance and the fulfillment that comes to you. You know, this is you going, now I've got this. I know how to create the life that I want and what matters to me. You're very aware of the beautiful things in life that you want to create and how you want to create stability in your life. And it's almost like you are connecting with your soul and the divine in this Two of Cups. It's like, I know who I am. You see yourself very clearly. In many ways, this is the balance within you, the two parts of you coming together to, with you, with you embracing all of you and reintegrating all of you instead of feeling disconnected or not quite whole. You are coming to a place of wanting and needing to feel whole, and the divine is helping you to recreate that balance, to bring all parts of you back together and to feel that the light and the dark and the good, the bad, the everything that you are is so beautifully you. And it's so important for Libra to create that inner peace and inner balance. Oh, it's so beautiful. Finishing off with this oracle card, they say you can never really know someone, but you can get a strong sense of what their heart is made of by observing their interactions with the world around them. This is a message for you and anybody else in your life, is that when we observe the way people conduct themselves and where they place their own energy, where their heart is, we get a real sense of where their focus is, as you do with yourself. And I feel that this is you reconnecting with you, reconnecting with your core essence, and what you've understood is where your heart is at and what is important to you. And as you observe others and their interactions, you understand what is their focus as well. And that could mean, you know, the good, the bad, and the in-between, that, you know, when we suddenly have the realization of where someone else's heart is, at the end of the day, where our heart is where our energy goes, where our focus goes. That ultimately the heart is driving, the core of who we are is driving what we do in our life and where we focus. And as we come back to the core of our being, we become more connected with our reason for being, with our spiritual essence, and that gives us strength, more focused ability to create authentically what we want to create in our own life. And so, yeah, we can observe where other people's hearts are, and that tells us a bit about them, but at the end of the day, this is your reading about you and you understanding you. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's a beautiful awareness that you're having, a beautiful transformation. It has been happening for a while, I know, Libra, over the last few months, but this feels like it's the culmination of all of that, and then you have this rapid shift, and it's like the last thing that needed to click into place in order for you to commit to you. So let's just have a card from the Namaste Blessing deck to get you on your way. And this is the card, and I'll read the blessing. It says, the blessing of patience. A blessing comes disguised as a setback or delay. This card is confirmation that you're on the right path. With patience and perseverance, you will reach your goal. All is accomplished in perfect timing. So as always, the divine reminds us there's always a timing in the process of the way things are unfolding. And, you know, initially at the beginning here, it probably does feel frustrating, and you don't have the clarity to start with, and then bam, it happens. The timing clicks in, and then everything kind of takes off after that, and you realise how important devoting your life and committing to you is important to you. Well, Libra, that is your reading for the 10th through to the 16th of August. I hope that has been helpful to you. You may want to re-watch the video to go back over all of the bits and pieces that are happening here for you. I wish you well. If this has been helpful, give it a thumbs up, let me know, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. That way you'll get notifications every time I post another video. You can keep an eye out for the next weekly readings. We've got the monthly readings you can check in with and the love readings, which are coming soon for this month. And so you can check out those on my playlist. All right, take care of yourself, Libra. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time.